All right, thanks y'all. So nice to have you all here today. And thank you for joining us. Today we're going to do a little bit of cooking on Cooking with Jets. My name's not Jet, my name's Lou actually. And we've got a great show for you today, boys and girls. We're going to get right into it. We're going to cook up a chicken. You know why? Because it's the fall. Everybody likes a good chicken dinner in the fall. I just bagged this one here myself the other day. They are in season, as you all know. So we got this nice looking chicken here, and I'm gonna cook it with the Jet. So everybody loves to eat chicken, but they're a little bland just like this. So you need to do a couple things. You gotta stuff them. You gotta stuff them with some veg. And I always find, oh, you know what? Hold on here, it's a little too big. I like to do it on my workbench, to tell you the truth. That's a beet, by the way, and that's an onion. Now some people go through the whole process of cleaning off this outer skin. I don't bother. I don't bother. You got to just get that onion right in there, just like that. And you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of salt on there. Bam! 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 Never get enough salt, right, everybody? Am I lying? No way. Got that salt on there. Now this here, that's sage. Everybody loves sage. Rub it into that bird. You got to get on a personal level with the bird, especially this chicken. But you'll notice I'm doing something here, folks. You'll notice I'm wearing rubber gloves. I wear rubber gloves with the chicken because the chicken's a dirty bird. I'm going to be honest with you. Chicken has a bit of a reputation. They hang out in some really nasty places with some nasty people, nasty other chickens. Some will have the herp. They get tattoos. And sometimes, you know what? They got the salmonella. That's why I wear these. But you don't have to worry about it, because after we jet this, all those nasty diseases are gone. Now these little peppers here, we're gonna shove underneath that skin. Oh yeah. This is where you're gonna get some really good taste, y'all. Gotta get that in there. Oh, get them in there. Yeah, there you go. Sometimes if you just rub it, you can smell it. It's a beautiful aroma. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Hold on a second. Bam! Oh yeah, bam! Oh, everybody loves the salt. And walnuts. Everybody loves walnuts. Get your walnuts here. Now I rebuild engines on this countertop. That's not a bad thing. I cleaned it with my hand. Got all them off there, all that dirt and debris. And, oh, I'm gonna shove those walnuts in there. Oh, I love that. There you go. Look at that. There you go. And everybody loves shiracha. Oh yeah. Now, you might think that this is going to be a little too hot, but trust me, things are going to get a lot hotter. There you go. Looking pretty good. And the smell. I'm telling you folks, this is going to be great. I used to work with the cordon bleu years ago. You'll see the hat. Some call it the cordon bleu. Some call it the cordon bleu. I call it cordon bleu. And we actually didn't get along very well. They didn't like my out-of-the-box kind of thinking when it came to cooking. They generally like to cook with a stove. Now, you know, I'm not much into cooking with stoves. I like to consider the earth, the outdoors, as my oven, and my jet as my burner. And that's what we're going to do. We didn't get along, we didn't see eye to eye, so I just bailed out. You know what? Sometimes you just got to go off and do things on your own. But when it comes to cooking with jet engines, now there are some things you got to know. With a regular stove, when you're cooking, you're relying on heat in degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit for you Yankees. All right? But when we're cooking with a jet, we're dealing with velocity of the jet thrust plus EGTs, exhaust gas temperature. Now this is what really makes this thing work. It all comes together. But when you add velocity to your EGTs, you get thrust cooking. That's what I like to call thrust cooking. Now, this isn't an exact science, y'all. Things get a little squirrely out there, I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the time it works. Sometimes it's pretty tricky. We need to do a few things to try to moderate your velocity and your EGTs. EGTs, exhaust gas temperatures. Thrust cooking. So that's the key. And that's why you're here watching today. You're gonna see if we're gonna make this work. Now, since we're dealing with thrust is like a lot of wind. If you're not familiar with it, I gotta thank y'all for joining in here today because, you know, if it weren't for all you guys, this wouldn't even be possible. But I got my chicken wire. Handy thing is called chicken wire, isn't it? I'm gonna use this, wrap the bird up so it doesn't blow into pieces. Because that happens. It does. Because boys, stuff starts to happen out there. This is going to be some of the most fun cooking you've ever done in your life. There you go. Oh, I can smell this cooking already. Now, generally speaking, when we're dealing with cooking with thrust or thrust cooking, there's really no time limit. When you're dealing with the stove, it's 450 degrees for whatever. Don't worry about it. You'll know when this baby's done. There we go. So the world is our oven, y'all. We're gonna go out there right now. Gonna do some cooking. And the boy and I are gonna have a great meal tonight. So I gotta thank y'all for coming in here today and watching how to prepare this chicken. But I gotta invite you and you, all of you outside to jet cooking. All right, let's go do it. Well, thanks for joining me out here in my outdoor kitchen. I gotta put these on because she's about to get loud and real out here. Now I've got our chicken all set up. Now it's not exact science how close your chicken has to be to your jet engine, but I'm gonna start with this for now. You know what, in the future I might have to make some adjustments. That's just jet cooking. Here we go. There you go, folks. That is jet cooking with jet thrust. And there is your chicken. That's mighty jetty tasty. I gotta thank you guys for watching. Make sure you come back. We're gonna do some more cooking. We're gonna cook up a nice breakfast next Sunday morning.